Hey guys, Loz here. Welcome back to City Skylines. Now, we are going to get straight into it and we'll pick up where we left off in the last episode. We're going to fix up this interchange here, change these highways so that it looks a lot better. We might actually drop the highways down so they are a bit lower than the cargo terminal. We'll finish off the cargo terminal and, we'll do a few other things. But now, some of you may have noticed I no longer have a border here. That's right. Yes, so as someone suggested back in one of the first episodes, I think, I don't recall who it was at the moment, but I now have the 81 tiles mod, so I can go right to the very, very edge of the map, and we will gradually come back through and fix up these highways, because I'll be honest, I did a pretty rubbish job when I put them down now that I can see them closer. But yeah, it means that we can fix this up here and have it not look so ridiculous, because that would actually really happen. Thank you, Skylines, for creating these wacky roads. Okay, so where to start? Folks? So this all happened in one kind of big hit, and I need to make it so it can handle a fair amount of traffic. And the other thing I need to do, this downward slope here down the mountain, that's a bit ridiculous as well. It's, again, too steep. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to change this highway completely. It's going to cut across the side of the landscape here, where it's nowhere near as steep. And I will actually have to raise the landscape up a bit, and it will wind back down, and it'll wind across, like, you know, the classic snake, it'll go across the mountain as it goes down. Let's jump in and get started on these highways and intersections. So I'm just going to, go nuts, remove it all. And yeah, look, there's a few things I want to try and do. I don't even know where to start telling you guys. Firstly, we need to get an edge on the cargo terminal that looks respectable, not this rubbish that we see here at the moment. Right, now that those highways are gone, let's go ahead and remove these as well. They are going to go eventually, right? Alright, so I actually changed my mind about how I want to do that little bit of the trains there. Firstly though, I'm just going to flatten off this terrain so that it's a little more respectable. Let's make that a bit stronger and bigger, why not? There we go. Brilliant, done, nice and smooth. Okay, so what I decided I was going to do here is these train tracks, I want them to come out, and just before the end of the cargo terminal, I want it to go underground. Now, whether they join together before the end or after, I haven't decided yet. So now some of you may be asking, what am I doing getting rid of those roads? That was, I thought that was part of the permanent scenery now. No, not now. Because I actually was thinking about this, and I want to have the cargo terminal completely surrounded with the quays, so it looks like it's all surrounded by concrete walls, and it will make for a very nice drop down to where the highways are. So off this edge it'll drop down a little bit, and the highways will go cut along the side. And let's go ahead and fix up this train track as well. Another piece of the landscape that is a bit of a joke. We are going to fix it up right back over to the other side. Make it higher. I think a higher point up here would be good. Okay, now let's quickly get this train track right. But what I want to do here is I'll kind of wrap the whole thing in keys. Alright, gotta love high speed, guys. This is about 45 minutes of my time in 30 seconds of yours. The keys they wouldn't work for me. There was a lot of trial and error to get them to join at the end and make it all look like one single piece, but it just wouldn't happen without doing something weird with the terrain. So I decided to just end them so they look like they're digging down in, so they're buried underground at the very end. Bit of work on the tracks and it looks pretty good, I think. Well, it's getting there. It's getting there. So now, what's next? What is next? Let's go ahead, now that we've got all that down, let's go ahead and fix up the concrete on the ground to make it actually look like it's meant to. What to do here? What to do? We need something along there. We need some kind of fence line or something. That's not a bad idea, actually. Draw a proper line. Let's do a fence line along there. What kind of fence do we want, folks? I think one of the wire fences, the industrial wire fences would be good. Where are they? In industrial fence. Brilliant. Move these out of the way so we can actually see what's going on. Well, I don't get why every time I open it up it drops it right in the middle of the screen. It's not, no mod's perfect. Let's bring that. What? It's snapping to weird places, folks. So we'll just bring that out maybe to about there. Yeah, that works. Doesn't get in the way of trains coming through. And we'll draw another one from this side. Oh, perfectly aligned. Let's come up this way and look at it from on top. Ah, brilliant. Except it's going the wrong way. So close. So close. Let's try it from this side. From about there. No. Start it right there. Yes, it's right on the edge of the concrete. Let's bring it. Okay, that's the spot. That's the spot. That's the money shot. Alright. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Okay, now back over to the other side. We do this one again. Start it about there. Brilliant. Let's look down from the top. Oh, we want to get this rotation back to 0. Just to make sure it's around the right way. And yep, we'll take it out onto the wall a bit. That's perfect. I wonder how it'll look if we go. See, it's all about that landscape underneath. Let's go ahead and build a few. Let's see if we can get this all the way around. Just get this nice fence along the top. So that is a fence line along that side and wraps around there. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, what's next? So we've got that bridge going back over there. That's a lot neater. Let's go ahead and get these two underground. Let's switch the snap on. Take it underground. How far can we bring it forward? Disable the snap now. Let's see how far. Turn road anarchy on. There we go, right there. We want to get the longest tunnel possible. And that one. And just come back. Let's not snap now. Why has that flipped the direction? I wonder. Perhaps I've gone and put this on the wrong side, but that's cool. It'll look cool. It'll look fine. You'll just see trains changing tracks as they come in and out of the station, or sorry, in and out of the terminal almost every time. But yeah, I like that. I like that. Except for these trees here. Let's go and remove those. Because mods are awesome, but they also create these weird little problems. Okay, so we've got our cargo terminal finished nicely. We've got some keys wrapping around the edges. We've got the concrete finished off at the edge with a fence line. And yeah, I think it all looks pretty cool. Let's go and switch off road anarchy so we don't do anything by accident. We've got a fence coming all the way along here. Now there is a reason why I didn't wrap it all the way around, and I'll come back to that. I will perhaps see if I can put a fence along the top. Like you guys have probably noticed, it's really difficult to do any props along the edge of a key like this because of where the terrain sits underneath. So, next. Actually, I got a little surprise. Okay, so we've gone and gotten some engines while I was between episodes. I think that one looks probably one of the most suitable for what we've got here. Also went and got a whole lot more rail cars as well. So, you know, if I do decide to do another terminal, which there is every chance of that, let's just get the rotation just right. That looks pretty damn good. There we go. Alright, brilliant. That's that one finished off. I like that. I like it a lot. Now, next what I want to do is, I'm going to use, because this is going to be a high traffic area, I'm going to use a 4-lane road. Let's go and remove that. I'm going to use a 4-lane road that comes down across the front here. Now, it's going to be elevated ever so slightly. I've still got this train selected. It's going to be elevated ever so slightly across the front of the cargo terminal. So this key will actually be underneath the roadway. Okay guys, so I am aware that, you know, watching someone build roads in this game is about as interesting as watching grass grow, so I'm going to hit that fast forward button. Let's speed this up a little. Alright guys, so what I'm going for here is very, I don't know, how do I describe it? It's, the highway is very straight, going underneath this 4-lane road that has very long on-ramps and off-ramps that they actually serve a purpose. So the high amount of traffic that you get around cargo terminals tends to happen in bursts, and these on-ramps and off-ramps, they should be enough to hold all of the traffic for a short burst from the cargo terminal without it impacting the overall flow of traffic. And yeah, as you can see, I go and fix up another bridge. Now, the other thing that I've played around with a lot was getting the on-ramps and off-ramps actually on the terrain and raising the terrain up to create these little man-made hills that would, you know, work around it. And I think it worked pretty well. And yeah, I'm quite happy with how this turned out. Hopefully you guys like it. I think it works pretty well. This is about... We'll come back in another episode and do some scenery around this, so some nice trees, and we'll make it look nice. But that's for another day, and we'll finish off the highway down to the main area. So, you know, just to quickly finish this off, I'll throw a quick little road in here, and this isn't permanent. I'll come back and clean this up later. It's just temporary to get things moving again. Yeah, and now, so what I want to try and work out here, I want this full length of so where you can see that I'm trying to lay out this, what do you call it, this road up to the bridge over the top. I want that all to be raised right down the whole length of it. I don't want it to, you know, drop down to the ground halfway through. It doesn't look very good. And then that happens. That's because of the keys and where the terrain is. Don't let your eyes trick you here. The terrain is in weird shapes underneath those keys, and it gets messy. So, you know, trying a few little tricks. The snap was playing with my mind for a moment there. Okay, that's good. Alright, nope, it's not good. We're not lined up perfectly. We just need to bring it back over a little bit so it lines up with that support column, which, there you go, and straight, perfect. Alright, now, yeah, node editor, take that down a little bit, just a touch, otherwise it's not perfect. It has a little dip in it, but you won't notice that until you're really close. Alright, so we'll just clean up some of these, lift this terrain up a little bit, there we go. Alright, and just, yeah, I'll get rid of that road. We don't need that. We don't need it. It gets a bit too steep down there. So, that is... yeah, I think that looks quite nice. I'm quite happy with that. It'll work quite well once we've got the highways going down to the main area. Hopefully it works well. I mean, we can always upgrade it to the two-lane one-way roads. I do that quite a bit. Two-lane one-way roads are quite handy in place of... oh, that's not straight. It's not straight. It's okay. I didn't even notice it until now, so it's okay. The shadows hide it. And yeah, you don't notice it. It's cool. Let's forget it. Let's forget you guys even saw that. Alright. What next? What next? Okay, so... just check the heights on these. Yeah, they look alright. It's going to be interesting trying to wrap that back around. We might even take the heights down a touch on these nodes, or yeah, to get it to... it is a bit too high at the end, but when you're joining the on-ramps and off-ramps to highways, it pretty much, the game forces it to be flat. It doesn't work very well, so you end up with this weird section that's... so the road's sloping up, it's going up on a nice gradient, and then all of a sudden it's flat, and then it's on an angle again. That's how the game works. So I'm pretty happy with how this area turned out. We've got these the rail tunnels going underground. We've got all the trains, you know, parked there. I don't know what the right term is. I'm assuming it's parked. We've got the fence around it. We've got, you know, the rail lines coming in. I think that looks quite nice. We seem to be missing an overhead cable hanger thingy there. Anyway, so yeah, the bridges, they're looking a lot better now. A lot smoother. They don't have those massive dips in them that are just ridiculous. We might even come back here later and build a dam across that part of the river. I think, you know, that could be interesting. Now that I've gone and gotten that mod. Yeah, anyway, okay. So, we will now, just quickly, before the end of this episode, we will quickly add in another district here. Now, what I want to try and do is pretty much mirror image what's on the other side. So, we will create our single curved road, the only curved road, going around the park in the centre. And yep, bring it over to the side there, and there is a bit of a kink in the canal, so well, the canals are curved and we want these roads to be straight, so no, we don't want to, yeah, that's a good spot, so it's in line with the road. Okay, we took out the paths, but that's okay, we can put them back in later. Alright, so this road here, again, mirror image to the other side. We'll bring it out to the center. It is a bit, this side is a bit thinner, so we won't create a T. We'll just bring it straight out in that L shape. Take it down the same distance, and again, we'll create a park in the center, a lot like we will with the other side. The park on this side will be a lot smaller. And you know what? Next episode, I think I might finish the highway and just do some parks. But we can do some pretty cool stuff there. So yeah, that's all the roads, and you know what? Let's get some districts. We'll get the district laid out. So there we go. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be too neat. And yeah, cool. Now, I'm also kind of toying with the idea of running trams down the length of the city. It might look nice having them go down either side of the canal. Maybe. Okay, anyway, that district's good. You know what? We'll make this park in the centre a district as well. Let's just get it nice and perfect. We don't want it, you know, coming outside that. And there we go. That's good. Alright, so that'll be... well, we'll work out a name for the park. My kids haven't seen the last episode yet. They haven't picked names for districts yet, but I'm sure they will. Alright, you know what? Let's get this little place running. We'll get some plumbing in there. Oh no, yeah. Ignore that, guys. You didn't see that. Everyone will forget that exists underneath there. It doesn't matter. Alright, so very similar to the other side. The majority is going to be high density residential, and then down on the section around the park we will make it high density commercial. You know what, we actually might put high density commercial up that street there as well. Yeah, that'll work. And where do we want to put the metro station? We'll put it there. Okay, so there we go. Commercial. Yep, that one's for the metro, and that'll do it. Yeah, and then that. Okay. There we go. We'll hit fast forward. Let those start to spring up a little bit. And some of these won't have power, but I'm assuming that one of them will build close enough to the canal to bridge that gap without needing power lines. Although it might be a nice aesthetic to have some power lines going across it somewhere. We should have some utility lines going over that. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's that, guys. While we wait for some of those to pop up, Mika, my Reddit friend, thank you. I guess it was just a game setting, but thank you for telling me how to switch off those annoying pop-ups. And Themby, I did grab that train station asset. I'll probably put it down in the center here somewhere. I just got to work out how it's going to fit. And it's a big station. It looks really nice. I just got to work out how it's going to fit between the canals. And I do, the more I think about it, the more I do want to build some tram lines that follow either side of the central canal at the top here, possibly circling the park. And yeah, so coming right down either side of that canal in the center, wrapping around the park, and then going down either side of the fork. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out today, guys. We got this finished. Okay, so this cargo terminal, it's finished now. I'm happy with that. Alright guys, so we might leave it there for today. Thanks for watching. You know what to do. Hit those buttons, like, subscribe, dislike, leave a comment. If there's anything you want to see me do, let me know in the comments or hit me up on Twitter at randomnerdlaws, all one word. I'm a really friendly guy. Alright guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.